Hey, continuing to ask the question, what's new in 2024? I'm at the booth of Vive at Commodity Classic, and I'm talking to David Reif and Temple Rhodes. I'm holding this right here, which we can get very scientific, but basically nanotechnology. When we ask what's new and what does it do, Vive is new. You've been selling products for 6 years, but you've been around for 17 years. You're giving away these dog toys, and real quickly, what is this?
So this is a representation of our nanotechnology, and essentially what we do with it is we optimize crop protection inputs for the farmer to give them more tools to not only improve their crop, but also make themselves more effective and more efficient when they're actually planting, because operational efficiency and agronomics go hand in hand together.
Okay, this is going to be the big thing for you, is what does it mean for him, what's it mean for him? What I think is neat is, David, you are a Michigan State educated agronomy guy with farm roots in the Saginaw Bay City area of Michigan. So you're a real farm guy, you're still involved with the family farming operation, and you do this job. You worked for a large corporation, came to Vive. What excites you about Vive?
New technology, bringing something cool, something innovative. I've sold pesticides, herbicides, fungicides for a number of years in my past life, and this nanotechnology changes the game of how those are applied for farmers like Temple.
All right, so you're the farmer, he's a farmer. How does he use it? And then I want to hear what Temple's response is on what excites him.
In some conversation, Temple said he's a send it guy. He's throwing stuff in the tank, he's trying new things, and undoubtedly has caused some problems.
I've had massive amounts of problems. You know, tying up tanks, filters stopping up, because we jar test everything, but even if you jar test, sometimes it just settles out and then you end up with a problem down the road. We have a lot of trouble with different fungicides.
Right, so a lot of those pesticides, fungicides were based on 20, 30, 40-year-old ways to make chemicals. This is the new technology of the future to make them. And really what we're doing is our commercial products today are fully fertilizer compatible. So this nanotechnology actually protects the chemical from the salt interacting with it and giving you all those clumps and plugging up your planter.
And all that. I mean,
all right. I want to interject here. You have had plenty of things because you're always at the cutting edge and experimenting with stuff. And so what we're talking about is you put too many things together, sometimes it don't work. It's too many elements at the party, and it just doesn't gel. So how are you going to use this to make that not happen?
Well, this is just one more technology that we're finding out that it makes us farmers more efficient at what we do. How efficient am I if I'm out of the cab cleaning out filters all the time? Sometimes I'll make an in-furrow mix and it'll sit in my tank when a rain event comes.
Yep.
And regardless, all this stuff sits in there, and in my jar test, well, guess what? In my jar test, it was fine. I never had any problem.
Got it.
It just sat there for 3 days.
Got it.
It sits there for 3 days, now I got a problem.
David, I'm looking over my shoulder here. I got Asteroid FC fungicide. Tell me how I use that. Then we're going to go down to Bifender, then we're going to Everland. Tell me how each of these work and how he's going to use them.
Right, so in our last podcast, we talked about crown rot, root rot problems across the Midwest.
Yep.
Asteroid is a phenomenal in-furrow fungicide that mixes with your fertility products, 1034O, 624-6, zinc, calcium, early season standability, root health, crown health, getting that plant up and out of the ground. Bifender, a lot of corn rootworm, wireworm problems, grubs. Really good product that, again, mixes very, very nicely with all of your in-furrow products for insect protection. And then Everland FC is actually a really cool one because a lot of corn growers aren't focused on corn nematodes.
Yep.
And the more I get out and dig fields and take soil samples, the more problems I find with corn nematodes. And this is it's a great
When we did the recording, you spoke about we used to think geographically it was only in a couple of areas, and now with better testing, we're seeing that it's robbing us of yield in a bigger geographical footprint than we thought.
That's correct.
Speak to that.
Yeah, so there's some great testing online resources of where corn nematodes are becoming more impactful, and really across the Midwest, especially with the reduction of organophosphates, things like that, some of those tough chemicals, corn nematodes are coming back up, and they're not just the sandy areas of where we think they may be. They're much more across the Midwest.
Got it. How are you going to use this stuff, and what excites you?
First of all, I'm going to tell you this. I'm really excited about, one of them. He talked about how he's been using some fungicides in furrow that's slightly specific for like Pythium, Fusarium, those type of things. And those are the products, the fungicide products that I've been having trouble with all along, of drying down, flaking off in my tanks, settling out, those are my problematic areas.
Yep.
Those are the things that we fight when we're fighting in cold, wet soil. What do we talk about all the time? We can drive more yield if we can get out there in the field a little
bit earlier. A little bit earlier.
That
Okay.
cold weather
Yeah.
has a problem, and this is one of the things to fix it.
You might have some experience in that up in the
You
lower
might have some
Yeah.
experience.
central lower Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, we always wait for the soil temps to get to 55 degrees.
No, you
I
don't.
never
Yeah.
wait.
All right. The technology again is
It's nanotechnology, so super small, and it creates a better, more effective delivery system for chemical and biological active ingredients
Got it.
in our jugs.
okay. We're going to be hearing more from our friends at Vive in the 2024. David and I are going to together and have a lot of conversations. We're going to bring on the farm guys like our friend Temple here, talk about those products, what they can do for you. Some exciting technology that I think is going to really be good for you to use. You know what? Coming at you from the Commodity Classic 4 2024, throwing it back to you.